Hey everyone, it's Jason. So today we have for Smash Up unboxing content video, we have the Smash Up Titans pack. So this is originally like I think like a con exclusive or some sort of promo pack or something like that. But now they've released it in the store. So this actually isn't something you can just throw in. You can throw into the game, but it's not a brand new faction to play as. It's add-on cards for factions that already exist. So if you watch my other video, Big in Japan, they introduced the Titans, which are oversized character cards that you add in certain effects, add them in, they go to the bases, they can do different things, power up and do various things. But when that expansion came out, at the time that was the only way to get Titans, is just those four factions. So they released the Smash Up Titan set, which is going to give us 16 brand new ones. And they've had, I think, one other one come out so far after that. What they're going to be on the same, they come as the same thing as the dividers are. So one side has a picture of the divider, the other side has the actual Titan. If you want to know the rules for the Titans, go watch the Big in Japan set. The basic gist is they will have some special effect on here that says how it comes into play. They usually have an ongoing or a talent or both that says what they can do. So we're going to go ahead and look at them. So on the bottom of each one here, I just want to point out, it's going to tell you what set it belongs to. So the Wizards are in the core Smash Up set. So it didn't just release like 8 for the base set, or some like 4 more for this set. There's a couple from each different set up until the thing. And at this point, including the base set, there would have been 9 other sets that were out. So they included a couple for each different set. So that way, if you bought any box set, if you already owned one game, I think there's might be 2 for each of the sets that they added them for, because they didn't add them for every set. But it's not entirely true. So we'll see what they do. But I think the sets they added for that was added at least 2. So if you bought one of the sets, you can have 1 for each. Alright, so first up we have the ARCANE Protector for the Wizards. So these are meant to the Big in Japan set. They were meant to like really tie into like the character theme, because the one was Kaiju with Gorgazola, and the Troopers had basically their Megazord. That was just the idea, is they sort of tied into like the oversized giant robots or creatures that they had. So they wanted to give some of these other creatures, I think, or other classes. I think the other thing it was supposed to do, besides just give other classes access to Titans, so you can, so if you're using that set, you can mix and match them, is to kind of maybe like some people expected, it sort of fixes some of the weaker sets, like some of the sets they think are maybe overpowered already, like potentially, not saying this for sure, but like something like in the core set, like dinosaurs, are pretty good already. They didn't think they needed an additional card, but something like Wizards maybe needed a little bit more power. And I think that's the other idea behind this, is they can then add these Titans to boost or add an ability that maybe the other ones didn't have. Alright, so let's just jump into these here. We got ARCANE Protector. It says, after you play your 5th or higher card in a turn, you may play this Titan. So you have to get 5 cards out. So he's not going to come out super easy. But once you do, his ongoing, he has 1 power here for every 2 cards you have in your hand. And he has a talent, you can draw a card. So that works really well for them guys getting to play extra cards all the time. Definitely interesting. Alright, then we have the Tricksters, who are also in the core set. And we're going to have a big funny giant. Plus, I think there's going to maybe be some of the sets where they can't really think of a giant card to work with them. But they do get some interesting ideas on how to work around a few of these. Special. Instead of your regular minion play, you may play this Titan on a base that has no player's minions. So that one's a little bit easier to get out. Ongoing. Other players must discard a card to play a minion here. At the end of your turn, if there are no other players' minions here, Place a +1 counter on this Titan. Talent, destroy a minion of 2 power or less here to move this Titan to another base. So you can kind of move around. You can step on small guys to get around. And if he's by himself, he's going to get even bigger. And then we have a third one for the core set. We have the Pirates. And we're going to get the KRAKEN. Special. After a base scores where you had a minion while this card is not in play, you may say, release the KRAKEN to play this Titan on the base that it replaces. Talent. Move this Titan to another base. Other players' minions there get -1 power till the end of turn. Special. After this base scores, move one of your minions from here to another base instead of the discard pile. And then with the KRAKEN or the Titans, you can only have one Titan per base, whether it's yours or an opponent's. So some of these ones where they let them move around, you can maybe use it if you have more power on a base, you can kick their Titan off the board or off the game, then they have to try and resummon them, or vice versa. They can try and kick yours off. Alright, so then in the first expansion, Awesome Level 9000 for the Bear Cavalry, we're going to get Major Ursa to go with our General Ivan. Special, instead of your regular minion play, you may play this Titan on a base where you have a minion. Ongoing, after the Titan is moved to a base, you may move another player's minion of 3 power or less from there to another base. Talent, place a +1 counter on this Titan, then move it to another base. So far they all have ways of gaining plus counters. So that way, after you play them, they're going to have their own special effects that affect the game. But then they can also be trying to score your base. So our next Awesome Level 9000 is we have the Ghosts. So you're going to have the one from the picture. So we have the Cream Puff Man, which is, Skate Puff Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. On your turn, you may play this Titan if you have no cards in your hand, which the Ghosts are really good at doing. If you have +5 ongoing, you have +5 power here minus the number of cards in your hand. And talent, discard a card to play the standard action from your discard pile as an extra action. Place it on the bottom of your deck instead of your discard pile. So you discard, which will get you another point of power if you're, if you can get up to 5, help you get more power there. Plus you get an extra action, and you can put it on your deck to reuse it quicker. That's definitely cool. Alright, so surprisingly, it makes sense, but I was trying to put the obligatory Cthulhu set in here. I thought this might be one they might just skip over. So you have the Minions of Cthulhu, and we have the one card we were sorely missing from that set is just Cthulhu himself. So instead of your regular action, draw 2 Madness cards to play this Titan on a base with one of your minions. Ongoing, after you play or draw a Madness card, place a +1 counter on this Titan. Talent, draw a Madness card or place a Madness card from your hand into another player's hand. So he's going to pick up the Madness cards, he's going to get more of them, and he's going to be able to start passing them out if he needs to. Which makes really good sense for him. So the second one from that is we're going to get the Innsmouth, which kind of, they see like they need something better because they only have the Cooper. So we're going to get another Elder God, is Dagon. A special, on your turn you may play this Titan on a base where you have 2 or more minions with the same name. Ongoing, you have +1 power here for each of your minions that has the same name as another minion. Talent, play an extra minion. So really, I like how all of these, they just function as basically an extra powerful minion, but because they don't have a cost to them, they can have a little bit better abilities. So from the next expansion, we have science fiction double feature. We have the Time Travelers. And they're going to get the Time Box, which is really neat. So it's like based on the TARDIS, but there's also being red and having like the some of this other glowy stuff. That's Ghostbusters, and there's the flux capacitor from Back to the Future. Plus the big wheel on the back is from the I want to say Wheel of Time, but that's not right. The Time Machine. It's just all these different time machine, time travel, science fiction stuff. That's pretty neat. I think that this is from something else too specifically, but I can't think of what it's from right now. There's like the exhaust ports on the top are neat. So at the start of your turn, when a card goes to your hand from play or the discard pile, place a counter on this Titan if it is not in play. After you place a 5th or higher counter on it, you may move all the counters off this Titan to play this. This has a little bit different effect to play too. Talent. You may play an extra minion here of 2 or less power and or play an extra action. So it takes a little bit to build up, but it has a beefy thing. But then this one's also different than all the rest because it's not going to gain power counters. So it's not worried about trying to play power on it to gain stuff. So it's kind of neat. Our next science fiction double feature is you have our super spies, who are going to get Moon 03, which is a moon base. Special. Instead of your regular minion play, you may play this Titan on a base with no other player's minions. Ongoing. After the first time, each turn an ability is used to reveal, look at, or search for one or more cards from a player's deck. Place a +1 counter on this Titan. Talent. Look to the top card of any deck. Place it on the top or bottom of that deck. So every time somebody searches, you put counters on there. And you could sit here and think something like this could get abused really fast. And you're absolutely right. It could. And then, but the thing is, as soon as you score that base, then it has to get discarded. I do wish, though, that the only thing that makes it hard to get out quicker is because it has to be on a base with no other minions. Because unless someone has one minion, including yourself, you can't play this. So basically it has to be the first card that gets onto a base. But then after that, you can just rack up and try and destroy that base as quickly as possible. Alright, so for our 4th expansion, we have Monster Smash. We have the Giant Ants. So the base game had 3. Kind of makes sense because there's 8 factions or others. All the rest have had at least 2 so far. So Death on 6 legs. Special. On your turn, you may play this Titan if there are 7 or more +1 counters on your minions. Ongoing. When a minion goes to the discard pile, transfer one of its +1 counters to this Titan. Talent. Play an extra action. So yeah, throw him out there. He's going to get power counters when things die. And then he's going to play extra cards. Our other Monster Smash is we have Werewolves. So we have the Great Wolf Spirit. Special. On your turn, if you have the most power on 2 or more bases, you may play one on this Titan. You may play this Titan on one of them. So that's again, the wolves like to come out, play him down. They gain bonuses usually for that turn, so you can play this guy quick that way. So it's ongoing during your turn. Your cards may use their talents in extra time. Well, that's awesome. In talent, one of your minions gains +1 power till the end of turn. Because again, they have a lot of effects where they just want a quick boost, and that'll definitely help them do it. Now we actually get a 3rd one from that set. We have another one for vampires. And I think it's probably just because they're the easiest ones to think of. So we're going to get the Ancient Lord. So it's like Vlad the Impaler. Special. After you place 2 or more +1 counters on minions of this turn, you may play this Titan. Ongoing. After you place a +1 power counter on one of your cards that had no such counters on it, place another +1 power counter. So when you're starting out a fresh minion, he's going to boost them up right away. In talent, place a +1 counter on one of your minions here that already has one. Then after they're boosted up, he can keep boosting them up more. Definitely cool. Alright. Now this is where things get a little odd, because we only get 1 for a pretty smash up. and that's for the fairies, and we get Spirit of the Folk, or Spirit of the Forest. So far it's always been 2, except for the base set Monster Smash, then it's 1 each of those. So if you buy this set, you're only going to get 1 bonus. But again, it'd be neat if they made a second set to get some more of these out. Special, instead of your regular minion in action play, you may play this Titan. So it takes your entire turn. But it says ongoing, once per turn, when using an ability that says, or you may use both parts in any order. That's crazy, because the fairies, if I remember, had lots of stuff which either bonus to you or negative against your opponent. Just throwing this guy out and then letting you use both parts is awesome. If this Titan would be removed when it loses a Clash of Titans, you may move it to another base instead. So it likes to stick around a lot. It's actually pretty cool. Alright. Then for the next expansion, so it skips It's Your Fault. It didn't do one for that one, and it went right to Cease and Desist. So we have Changer Bots, for the Transformers theme, and we're gonna get the Mergicon, which is actually one of the cards mentioned, or I think it might actually be one of the cards in there, like Summon the Mergicon. To actually get him himself. Special, at the start of your turn, if you have 2 or more minions on a base, you may play this Titan there. Ongoing, you have +3 power here. Talent, move this Titan to another base. It loses its ongoing ability till the end of turn. Which is how the Changer Bots worked. If they moved, they lost their abilities for a turn, supposed to signify them like transforming to changing to like go to one spot. Well, it's just 3 power right away. He doesn't gain any more though, so he kind of just comes out and he's like a big extra minion, and that's it. So he's probably the weakest one of all of them in my opinion. So the other Cease and Desist set is we have the Ignobles. So we're going to get the Hill that Strolls, like a hill giant or hill troll. Ongoing, on your turn you may play this Titan if 2 or more of your minions you own are controlled by other players. Because that was their bonus, their effect, they gave their cards away. Ongoing, after you give control of one of your minions to another player, you may place a +1 counter on it. Talent, give control of one of your minions to another player to draw a card, or take control of a minion here you own. So you can help that effect out. That's really cool. Extra way to deal with that. And then we have only one for the set of What Were We Thinking, which is the last set before Big in Japan. Or the Explorers, and this one's actually hilarious. So it's a very large boulder, a la Indiana Jones. Special, instead of your regular minion play, you may play this Titan on a base that has no player's minions. Ongoing, once per turn, after a minion moves from here, you may move this Titan to the same base. Then destroy a minion at the base with less power and the number of power counters on this Titan. So after a minion moves, so you have to play where there's nobody. Then if someone comes on that base and then moves away, you can move this rock with them, the boulder with them. Destroy a minion with less power than the power counters on them. And it says ongoing, at the end of your turn, if this Titan didn't move, place a +1 counter on it. So you can play it, it's going to gain a counter. So that's 1 point. Then what the idea is, what you do is, because the Explorers move around a lot to different bases. So then what you can do with them is you can move them, basically having your boulder chase your character, but in the turn it can be destroying other players. Which is a really fun way to do that. Yeah, so that's the Titan expansion. So I really hope they make more. They've released 4 other full box sets since then, plus some other small expansions. And only one of the small expansions I think has a Titan, which to show they will do that for some of them. But I really hope they release another set to get more of these Titans. But they'd have to, I think, what did I count it up is they'd have to do almost 3 more packs to get one for every single group if they're going to do that. Which I don't know if every single... It'd be neat if every expansion had one. Just because then it could be no matter who you play, you'd have the option of dropping a Titan if you wanted to. But I could see them not doing that. But even still, if they released like one more pack to get like, you know, an extra one for Pretty Pink Smash Up and What Were They Thinking, so that each side at least had 2. And if they added 2 to the others, it'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that'd be 10. They at least get for all the current stuff. Plus those could be 10, and then you could add another one for another 1 or 2 to like, you know, here or there just to make them better. Like the base set to get like another one, so you have 4 total. But that'd be, and if you are, just for clarification, you play it because there's so many of these. If you play 2 of these groups together, you get access to both Titans, and you can actually play both at the same time. Have them out. Just if they run into each other, they get on the same base for whatever reason, you have to destroy one or get rid of one of them. But then they just go off to the side of the field. Alright, so that's what we got for that one. See you guys in the next video. Bye.